Hey guys, welcome back to Beast Quest, Series 14, Book 3, Tikron the Jungle Master. And easily this has got to be, to me, surprisingly, the best book of Series 14 so far. And you could say that's kind of easy peasy because you're going on forward, but you know, it really is. And I'm actually going to explain because I was actually pleasantly surprised in how great this book was. Before I start, quick side note, in the prologue they mention that Tikron's thick hide is tough enough to deflect spears. I mentioned that for a reason. But anyway, let's go into the plot. Tom and friends were, before I should go on, it's going to be an in-depth story analysis, as you guys know. So that being said, let's go through this. Tom and friends were flying on Furno the dragon to the dark jungle to acquire the next ingredient for the cure to save Phaedra. Now that they brought up their last quest with Vizlak, this time they call Vizlak a she, which is bullshit because in Vizlak's own book it's a he. So based on that, and since it looks more masculine than feminine, it's a he in my opinion. So that's what Vizlak is. They then explain that Kenta has targeted each of the beasts of Ryan and plans to add Vidra to her collection. So that means that she's a girl, I'm assuming. That's something I want to bring up. Where the hell is Crymon? Why do we never get word what's happened to him? You figured Tom would be worried for that dragon, but I guess not. Anyway, Tom looks at the map and tells our heroes that the next ingredient is the red root from the hidden tree. Question, how does Tom know that? Does the map have the power to do that? To reveal what's next? Because normally they would need Daltec to tell them, and to be honest, he does right after, so why not just have Daltec, Daltec shows up right after, so why not just have Daltec say the next ingredient is this, and it would make more sense than just saying Tom knows it. Anyway, Daltec shows them the moon is half full. They were really pressed for time. The map revealed Tikron awaited them in the dark jungle, but Tom was determined to save his friend. He asked Fenner to leave as they prepared to enter. Our heroes went forth, but no matter where they went, danger was at every turn. First, they had to rescue Storm from a swamp pit, then Silver from some plant-eating pods, which has to be a reference to the 1995 Jumanji, and finally Eleanor was pushed into a lake by a mysterious force, as our heroes were trying to gather drinking water. Tom dived in to save Eleanor, only to have himself also tangled up as well. They would have died if not for a mysterious girl coming in to save them from the drowning. Once ashore, she addressed herself as Emma, a girl who had lost her brother Polk, to a gigantic monkey. Tom and Eleanor knew that this was the beast, and said if they took them to where they last saw Polk, Tom vowed he would get him back. I suppose I should mention the underwater plant that entangles our heroes was called strangleweed, which can only be destroyed at the root. Let's see. Tom and friends were travelled by Emma, avoiding the village traps as they went. Soon they came across her village hidden above the trees. I should mention that they asked if the beast had any black markings so our heroes could find the weak spot. Sadly, Emma had not noticed that. Anyway, our heroes were riding up in a large basket to the tree village, no doubt a reference to Endor from Star Wars. They went to see the elders, but one of the gruff men, known as Wick, said they should be put on trial. If Wick won in combat, they'd be sentenced to death, and if Wick won in combat, they would be sentenced to death, and if they won, they would be vowed never to reveal the location of the village. Don't quite get the conditions, but Eleanor decides to take this fight, which I like. Normally Tom faces off against the gruff character who doubts the hero, but in this case Eleanor gets something to do, so that's nice. Eleanor and Wick fought. Silver wanted to help. Tom explained that it had to be a fair fight. Soon Eleanor got to the upper hand and won the battle. Eleanor would have killed Wick, as he refused to be defeated by Eleanor. The elders gave Eleanor the victory and demanded Wick to allow it. He did, and the elders kept their word, they kept their word and ended the bargain. They were given safe passage to help find Polk. Wick seemed to have hatred vibe on his mind, but sadly our heroes were prepped up to him, or should I say paired up with him and Emma, as their guides, through the jungle. So They soon came across the last location of pulp, when suddenly a strange sound emerged. Tom tried to find out, only to be knocked back hard. Tom assumed it was a snake. Tom and friends soon discovered, as it was no snake but Tikron. His yells made terrible shrieks, and when Eleanor tried to help, Tikron destroyed Eleanor's bow with one powerful punch. Emma then had a plan. She asked Tom and Storm to follow, which worked. It led Tikron into a vine trap. They had captured Tikron. Now all Tom had to do was cut off the evil spot which Tom noticed was the tail. However, Wick claimed he should kill the beast. Tom tried to stop him, as the beast was actually good under dark magic. Luckily, the spear missed, but did hurt Tikron and allowed him to escape the vine trap. When Tikron was gone, Wick held our heroes responsible and planned to kill Tom. Okay, I'm not sure how Wick's spear can harm Tikron if the prologue made it clear spears deflect off his thick hide. Plus, I predicted Wick would do something like this, otherwise why address his edge to him. But I will say it was nice to see a captured beast. We haven't seen that, I think, since Calder. Tom disarmed Wick, and Emma punched him hard, refusing to let her one chance of finding her brother be killed. Wick called them all traitors and bound to turn them over to the elders after he had slayed Tikron. And with him wounded, the trail was easy to find. So I like this Wick being more of a threat than the actual beast, because he plans to kill Tikron while Tikron himself is just mind-controlled. It's something I don't recall seeing in the past books, and I like that. Anyway, Emma did question why our heroes wanted Tikron alive. They revealed some truth, that Tikron was actually a good beast, but he had been corrupted by dark magic, and they needed to find something important, or their kingdom would be in danger. They needed a way of avoiding Tikron's screeches, so they got some strangleweed to act as earplugs, while their animal friends would be their ears. I assumed that stuff would have a role to play. Anyway, they soon came across Wick. He had found Tikron with Polk, alive and taken hostage. Tikron roared, making Wick suffer the sounds of Tikron's roars. Also, they discovered, like the other beasts, Kensa had given Tikron a dark power. Rathkor was able to turn beasts evil, which was to set up the series. Vizlak controlled snakes, and Kensa had given Tikron a superior healing factor, healing where his wound once was. While Emma went to get Polk, Tom and friends were distracting Tikron and fended off the beast. It was working until Emma and Polk had to jump to faraway branches. Emma hesitated, but Tikron noticed her and shook the tree, trying to make them fall. He raised his clawed arm to grab his prey. Tom climbed to rescue, distracting Tikron, giving Emma enough time to escape with her brother. But now Tom was in danger. Tikron planned to send him falling to his doom. Mind you, it wouldn't matter, because Tom had Archer's feather, but I guess we have to forget about that and create some, we have to forget about that and create suspense, yeah? That's kind of odd, because, he has the Arctus, he has the feather, but I guess they have to forget about it in order for some suspense. Anyway, Tom decided to have the branch, Tom decided to hack the branch with his sword. They would both fall. Yeah, they were both falling. Yeah, they were both, on their way to fall. But Tikron saved himself by using his tail to coil around another branch, while Tom grabbed Tikron's ankle. Tikron was pissed and planned to end it. Tom finally noticed Eleanor was closing in. Help was on the way. Tom also basically could see or feel Kensa watching through Tikron's eyes. The stakes were literally high. Tikron swiped at Tom, but not only did Tom avoid it, but the weight of Tikron gave away, causing them to fall. Tom was saved by Tikron. He was good again. It was revealed Eleanor had used a spear to slice off the evil tail. Ironic. Tikron was immune to spears, but his tail was not. I like that, you could say. It gave a clue to the tail's weakness. Tikron showed them the red root, giving them 3 out of the 4 ingredients. Tikron vanished, going to a kingdom that needed him. Polk and Emma were rescued, and they went to the tree village, thanked by the people. Then Wick showed finally respecting our heroes and gave Eleanor his bow as a gift, as hers got destroyed in the battle. Our heroes left knowing the final beast, Falrar, the Snow Phoenix, is considered the most dangerous of them all. I'm very happy the side character Wick was able to complete his arc and trusting our heroes. It felt well more developed than Ralph's was in the last book. But yeah, like I said, this has been my attempt to do none other than Tikron the Jungle Master. I think I went a bit through a bit of a few scuffles there maybe, but I don't think it was as bad as probably Slivka when I did it, but I think I did pretty well. You know how it goes. Our heroes come to this side character, Emma. It's very nice. They go and discover about Tikron. They go next to the village. Wick doesn't trust them. And then they go on this adventure, and when they capture the beast early on, Wick turns on them, and that's, you know, set up. Then they go and get some strangleweed, and then it's set up there, and then they move on to the finale with Wick suffering the sound, and they have to stop Tikron, and it's left with, it gets to a point where Tom's left dangling, and it gets switched around when he hacks the branch and has them both fall with his sword, and yeah, he grabs his ankle. Tom grabs the ankle of Tikron, and Tikron himself uses his tail to support them, but it's not enough, and Eleanor saves the day, chopping off the tail with the spear, and reverses the spell, and it's pretty awesome. Like I said, this has got to be the best book of Series 14 to me, just because of the one weakness that the last book had, and that was its side character, because I feel like that was the one element that they could perfect. It seems that they've took what they've had and improved upon it in this book. I would admit there are a few stumbles at the beginning of like the Arctus feather stuff that shouldn't really work, and Tom knowing a few things at the beginning that he shouldn't know. But other than that, the stuff with the side character Wick, I feel like makes up for those little shortcomings. And the fact that it builds up to Falrar at the end, saying that she's the most dangerous of them, is going to be kind of sweet. And then our heroes have got like 3 out of the 4 ingredients, so that's awesome. But yeah, I do like to admit that Tikron is the best. It's very simplistic, but it gets a bit more to it, because Ravkor was set up. Vizlak had a good idea going, and it was perfected here in Tikron, I feel like, with the side character. So that's why, to me right now, it's the best book in Series 14. But yeah, this has been my shot at Tikron, the Jungle Master. Hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, make sure to leave a like, comment, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. And make sure, of course, you go and subscribe to the Dimensional Gaming Squad, where my dear friend Adam Ferns, does Beast Quest reviews on the Beast point of view, so he rates the Beast and all that stuff. That's awesome. But till next time, guys, we'll be doing another awesome Beast, and that will be none other than Falrar, the Snow Phoenix. Till next time, guys, peace.